Trip Kramer here from tripadvice.com. Recently, I put a post on my Instagram. By the way, if you want to check me out, you can follow me there, TripAdvice. And I talked about the difference between men and women and how they experience attraction. One of the things that I said was that a woman needs context in order to sleep with a guy or feel attracted to a guy. So context meaning she won't just see a guy who's attractive and then go sleep with him. I got a lot of crazy comments responding back like, no, what are you talking about? Like, a girl will sleep with like a hot guy, you know, just off the bat, no, that's not true at all. In fact, people were even proving my point in some ways. But the idea here is that a woman won't just sleep with a guy for looks. Now, status is one thing, okay? If a guy has insane status, he's a celebrity of some sort, then yeah, she might sleep with him like faster than anyone she'll ever sleep with if you had, you know, to go over a hierarchy of different things that are really important. Because a guy like that has social proof, right? So for that, it's fine. But even if a guy is attractive, she still needs to spend a little bit of time with him. Like even if it's like a half an hour or an hour, okay? And for a guy that she maybe doesn't find super physically attractive at first, she also is going to need that time. She's going to need time to feel attracted within the context. So the context is normally about a man's behavior. A man's behavior goes a lot farther than a person who doesn't have attractive behavior but is just good looking. So a woman needs a few things to be able to want to sleep with a guy. She needs comfort and she needs attraction, okay? Now attraction, yes, of course, it's everything, right? It is looks, it is behavior, it is status, it's all of that stuff. But remember that when you're with the woman, it's not just the looks, because we have behavior that's part of attraction, but also this part called comfort. So let me zoom out again, okay? You have comfort plus attraction. So a woman needs to feel comfortable with a man, meaning she needs to feel safe on some level. She needs to make sure that she's not going to get hurt by this guy, or physically, or emotionally hurt and feel judged. A woman never wants to feel slut-shamed. She never wants to feel like society is judging her for sex. And of course, she wants to make sure that she doesn't die or get hurt by another man. So she needs that comfort. She needs that safety. Now, of course, do women in 5 minutes go and sleep with a man or meet a guy at a club? Yeah, but she's drunk. So what happens when you're drunk? Well, alcohol lowers your inhibitions, so you're not thinking in the same way that you would if you were not drunk. So that is an exception. But beyond being drunk at a club, a woman's going to need that context, okay? So she's going to need to know that, okay, this guy's safe, I feel safe around him, but then that's not everything. She also needs to feel attracted. By the way, I go really super deep into this, into my Hooked program. If you don't have it, you should get it. It's my 8 to 10 hour video course that teaches you how to build attraction with women, how to meet women, and how to be able to find a girlfriend or find a casual relationship, depending on what you're looking for. So it goes over that in great detail, even gives you in-field examples of me doing approaches, teaches you everything you need to know. Check that out, getherhooked.com. You have to learn, and what I go over in that course is this formula, comfort plus attraction. So attraction is about your behavior plus your look. So obviously you want to look your best, you want to be well-groomed, you want to make sure that you don't look like a complete disaster or neckbeard or something like that. But also you need this behavior. I like to describe attractive behavior with an acronym called TED, which is tension, entertainment, and dominance. And remember, it's not just the three of those separately. It's the way that they all work together to be able to build attraction with the woman. There needs to be tension, which is flirting or sexual tension. There needs to be entertainment. She needs to be having fun in the conversation. It can't be boring. Then there needs to be dominance. You need to be the one who's leading the way, because she's not going to lead for you for multiple reasons. One, she doesn't want to look like a slut. And two, she doesn't want to lead because it's really not in her essence, right? She's feminine, so she wants to be led. She's not necessarily natural born leader. And so she wants to see the masculine presence of a guy who's going to lead. Again, this is called dominance. All this in more detail and exactly how to do it in my Hooked program. But the point of this video is to help you understand that what a woman needs is more than just looks. And I know I'm going to hear it. You guys are going to say it in the comments. I get a lot of trolls who say it. But let me tell you something. I don't care how good looking a guy is. She won't just sleep with him automatically. She needs something. She needs some sort of behavior, even if it's like a 15 or 20 minute conversation. Now, I know I keep repeating this over and over, but you have to understand that that's different than you and I. Men don't need that, okay? Men don't need that. They need about 30 seconds. Literally, they'll see a girl, think she's cute, and if they have an opportunity to sleep with her, and he takes the opportunity, assuming he's courageous enough and dominant enough to take that opportunity, hypothetically, he would. In this hypothetical situation, if a woman knew for sure that she could sleep with a guy, she wouldn't take it that fast. She would not take it in 30 seconds. She still needs to spend a little time around him to make sure that she gets that comfort and that attraction. If this is resonating with you, hit that like button right now. And if you're new here, what are you doing, man? Subscribe to this channel. A lot more is coming and we're getting just started. So, okay, I talked about comfort and I talked about attraction, but what does that mean when we put it together? Like, what's this formula? It's not just comfort plus attraction, but it's comfort plus attraction equals compliance. So that means that when you make her feel comfortable and safe around you, and that's just going to be usually by spending time around her, right? That 30 minutes, that hour talking to her, a couple dates with her, making her understand that, okay, you're a cool dude. It's fun to be around you. You're not going to hurt her. You're not going to be judging her. She gets that. And then she gets that attraction, right? So she's able to feel attracted to you, not just physically, but emotionally in terms of your behavior. So she starts to get that. That equals compliance. Now, when you're leading her, she will respond. So when you get comfort and attraction, she'll say yes to giving you her phone number, as opposed to like her social media, right? So more personal phone number. She'll say yes to a date. She'll show up to the date. She won't flake. She'll kiss you back if you go for a kiss. You can take her home and you guys sleep together. So all those things will happen when you have comfort and when you have attraction. You get compliance. Her complying, her saying yes to your advances. To break it down simply. More of this in the Hooked program, getherhooked.com. Check that out. Leave a comment down below, even though I know you will already. Let's have a conversation about this. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you on the next video.